That's what made me hate him. I was like, yo, this nigga's a dick. Fucking soda pop
really
Penske.
Laugh at me?
And when I finally beat him, I felt like I beat the game. Come to find out, it's 8 more niggas after him that's harder. Oh, that's how this game goes. That's just how this game goes. My intro into gaming was my grandmother, though, because she was like always hip and like savvy. And she had an Atari 2600. And so she had like Pong and Jungle Hunt. And we used to play those games. That's back when the controllers was like a joystick with the 2 red buttons and shit. Yo.
Oh, yeah.
And she used to think I was cheating because I had figured out as a kid that if you hold the button, you like when you playing Pong, you could hold the ball and charge it. So it'll hold anybody. And when you let it go, that shit will fire off real fast. So she ain't know about that shit. All she knew was boop, boop, boop. And she was a beast at that. But when I figured out that little trick, you used to stop cheating. I'm like, it's part of the game. This is built in there. There's no way it's cheating. I was like 4 or 5 years old, man. And then from there on, it was like Atari, NES. I went the Genesis route. I never had a Super Nintendo. I had a Genesis.
You know how people feel like you got to choose. Like I chose Nintendo all the way. Yeah. Like it was just what it was. Like because I never had an Atari. I played one later on in life. Yeah, but when I was younger, I went straight from Nintendo to Super Nintendo. Like friends of mine had Segas. You know, so I could play at their houses, at their homes and things like that. But like I never bought one. Yeah, I end up getting one like for free. So of course, I'm gonna take a Sega Genesis and like 30 games for free. I want that. Yeah, I'll take it. Big facts.
And I still got my Genesis too.
Nah, that's dope. We still got a Genesis here too. Dreamcast and Saturn. I did buy those Sega systems.
Yo, you bought a Saturn. You was a gamer, yo, because I refused. That shit, yo, that shit was so expensive back in the day, bruh.
Yep.
Yeah, you was a gamer, man. Yep. Only niggas' parents was drug dealers had this fucking Sega Saturn, dog.
Nah, my dad he had 3 boys at that point, and he was like, yo, I could just buy them one system and like 2 games and they're good. Like I ain't gotta buy a bunch of. Yeah, it's cool. They're gonna be in the room, and every couple of months they're gonna ask me to buy them another game or something. They be like, yeah.
Your pops like, as an investment.
Oh yeah, he was like, shoot, Nate's gonna be old enough to work soon. He'll be buying the games.
Yeah, right. It was an investment to his peace of mind out this Jane. Yeah, so I had what we had. I said Sega. Then I went from Sega to PlayStation. Let me tell you something. I don't know why I hated the Super Nintendo so much. I was a hater, though. And I just refused to even like the Super Nintendo. I hated everything about it. I don't know why. I never had a reason. Didn't even play it. Just hated it, right? And then I remember when Sega finally had one up on all the Nintendo niggas when Mortal Kombat came out for the home console.
The blood.
And we had the blood code. And y'all had Sweat. You go over your friend's house playing... Down, up, left, eight, right, down, yo, yeah.
Yeah, the dollar code, yeah.
And so you had blood, big giant droplets of blood would come out. And on Super Nintendo, y'all had mad Sweat. That shit was trash.
Yeah, but it had a red hue to the Sweat though. Come on, let's give him some credit.
No, that shit was trash. And that's the one side I saw. I was feeling mad superior, dog. Mad superior.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. It was always my problem with Sega was that dumb ass controller, dog. How you gonna have a controller with 3 buttons just in the middle of the controller, dog? Like just 3 buttons, ABC. Like what?
Yeah, Nintendo did have a decent controller compared to Sega back then, though.
What? Because if you think about it, the NES controller, right?
Yeah.
Setup, then Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Then PlayStation. It's the same formula. Yeah, and PlayStation has stuck to that same setup. I mean, they add a button or 2 every now and then, but it's the same layout.
Right.
So I just was like, yo. I would do shit like that.
Now, to shoot Sega some bail, I had the 6 button. I remember I begged for that joint for Christmas.
That shit was $70.
But yo, I got it for Christmas, and after that, my Street Fighter skills went through the roof. Cause come on, fam! Like any fighting, that was the best fighting game controller of all time, in my opinion. The Sega 6-button controller, dog.
I'm gonna just say that no, it's not. But I'm being a hater because I just hate their controllers. It's dead to me. But as long as you feel that way, I support you and your feelings. So it's cool.
Then we move on. We got the PlayStation, and it's so crazy when you go back and look at all these old systems, man. And it's like, damn, we used to think that shit looked real back in the day. I remember playing Twisted Metal 2 and Resident Evil 1 on PlayStation, and I was like, oh my God, the dogs bust through the window. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! You didn't know what to do. You go back now, you like
Resident Evil,
like Legos.
Yeah. Oh my God! Going back to those games, like I remember Tekken 1 for the PlayStation, Jesus. Yo. I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this game. It looks so real. Or Battle Arena Toshinden.
Classic.
Yeah. Yo, first off, Battle Arena Toshinden did not age well, my nigga. That shit is disgusting looking. Oh man, and it moves so slow. But back then, live time, like
we thought that was like, it. Final Fantasy VII. What?
This is gaming at its realest. Like they'll never get better than this.
Mad polygons, but we didn't know no better, man. We was coming from the pixels, so we thought that shit was it, man. You compare that shit to now,
from 16-bit to 32, and we were just in a different world.
We thought we was doing something. And then, after the PlayStation 2 came out, now we playing like Def Jam Fight for New York, Final Fantasy 8. Now we lit. Now we really, really popping. You know what I mean?
Man, yo, I'm going to tell you, my first PS2, like we got one of the launch consoles and it wouldn't play anything but the blue bottom disc. Like it wouldn't, once they went straight to DVDs or the CD ROMs, it wouldn't play them. It only played the original disc. Can you remember the launch titles came out on this blue disc? It wasn't a Blu-ray, but it had a blue bottom.
Yeah, the bottom was blue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would only play that. So I ended up having to get another one like 6 months later.
That's funny as shit.
There was nothing that we could do about it.
Yeah, can't fix it. That's crazy. And I remember, so when I switched, I ended up betraying Sony. I was a Sony fanboy for the longest time. And then this is when I figured out that I was a true, like, graphics whore. Like, I'm all about graphics and resolution. And when the Xbox 360 came out and them games was playing in 1080, and I'm watching somebody play Call of Duty, and you could see my man's skin had details, his fingernails had details. There was wood grain on the gun. And I was like, yo. And Sony wasn't hitting that. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, for me, I was like, yo, I saw that first. And I was like, that I got to go that way. And I got that 3. I stood online. That was the last time I stood online for a console, too. Xbox 360, dog.
Yeah, I remember you went hard for your 360. And like we rocked that out at the apartment for a long time. I think that was the last Call of Duty I really played. Was it like 4?
Yeah,
was it like Call of Duty 4 that we was playing?
No, yeah. And because you was never a fucking first person. That was 2. Call of Duty 2.
2.
You was not a first person shooter player, yo. Not like that back then.
But I played that whack ass game Hexen all day. His first person wizard ass game,
which was weird. Like, and you was good at that shit. You put on fucking Call of Duty, this nigga get retarded. I was like, yo, what happened? But the other game, you had powers and shit, so you was good at that joint. That's funny as hell. So we gamers. To this day, I still game, and it's so funny how you get judged now, right? I literally was. I had a shorty I had met. And she had came to the crib we had went out a few dates, and she came to the crib for the first time, and we was vibing. I thought everything was good. She looked down, saw all my gaming systems on the TV stand. She said, "Oh no, wait, you a gamer?" I said, "Yeah." She was like, got her stuff and legit bounced. I said, "Well, good riddance then. Shit, I don't need that kind of headache." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
because she was definitely would have been one of those. You always on the game. Fuck that shit, yo.
rolling her eyes at you whenever you log on. Be like,
exactly. So, but I did want to know why. But when I finally got my explanation, it was because, like, I guess the dude that she talked to before me was like a heavy avid gamer to the point where it was like detrimental to him, like paying bills and all of that. I've never been that, you know what I mean? But she didn't even want to roll the dice. She didn't want to risk it. And I can't hate. I'm glad she didn't waste my time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's real.
100%. Her ex-boyfriend or whoever gave her a phobia. Like now the word gamer just turns her off.
Yeah. Now, when you find Blerd, when you find a shorty that's a Blerd too, that games, and she's in the comics and anime, bruh, that shit turns me on. Real talk, like more than regular stuff that turns you on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, anime? You watch anime? She like, yeah. I'm like, what you watch? And she like, oh, My Hero Academia. I'm like, okay. We working with something here. When they say some corny shit like Inuyasha, you be like, all right.
All right, cool. So what year was that? I feel like
I was that today. Okay, all right. This is log out. Swipe right.
You got a little brother? That's the question you got to ask. You got a little brother? Yeah, he's like 6 years younger than me. All right, so you just caught some residuals from him watching that. So you didn't never watch it.
That's just show, yo. Yeah, well, a true female Blerd or nerd is fire for real. That's a rare commodity for a shorty, and usually if they are that, they might not be the baddest, but for you to catch a bad one, yo, you winning. That's a W. That's a rare unicorn right there, yo.
Yeah, I've yet to see anything come close to that.
I feel like you want to say more.
No, I'm leaving it at that.
We love all the ladies, man. What is your intro to comic books?
Oh man, my intro to comic books was how old was I? I was in middle school, and I had a friend that lived around the corner from No Name.
Zach Harsbro?
Nah, but close. It was a white guy.
Look, see? See?
Yeah. And his mom had like a guest house in the back of their house, and they had a old white guy, nice, living in this little 1-bedroom, little shack type place. And I would go see him, and we would go to the apartments and talk to the old guy just because he was lonely or whatever. And he just was like, hey, he pulled out this big duffel bag full of comic books, old joints. And he was like handing them to us and letting us read them. And then he was like, hey, if you come talk to me, I'll give you more comic books.
Oh, facts.
And then I was like, all right, well, shit, I'm in there like swimwear. So every weekend, just ran it over to my homie house so that I could talk to this old dude so I can get more comics. And one day I went over there. I think I was like 30 comics in already. He had already given me like 30 books. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, I think I'll be leaving here soon. And I'm a kid. I didn't think that. I was like, okay, well, bye. And then he was like, here, I want to give you something though. And he gave me the whole duffel bag. And he was like, hey man, take good care of him. And after that, I never saw him again, but that was my intro.
Right. You got a whole goddamn collection. He was probably trying to fuck you though. You ever think about that?
Oh no, I was disgustingly ignorant back in the day, dog. Like I would put myself in bad fucked up situations that I just am surprised that my butthole never got touched. But
Hey, because I'm like, yo, that's fly and shit. It's so dope how you ended up with a collection. But I'm like, yo, come back and talk to me. What the fuck, sir? Please. Creepy ass. What the fuck is? Hey, yo, he was raised.